Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd
doesn't talk film. I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
This is Real Nerds Podcast. We are officially the best movie podcast on the whole of the internet. I am Ryan. Joining me is Brad.
Internet hole.
And someone else is joining us this week, Zach.
Hello.
Every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. This week, we saw RRR. Stay tuned. Very soon, we'll recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil it. We'll also talk about the big news story of the week and one thing we've been watching. It's a new year, guys. Is it a new you, or is it just the same old, same old?
Same old, man.
How was everybody's Christmas? Brad, did you get everything you wanted?
I got cash. That's the only thing I needed.
Cash money.
I sent it directly to a credit card. I bought a cricket machine like weeks before, so that was kind of like my Christmas gift to myself.
A cricket machine?
One at a time, please. What's a cricket machine? It is like a vinyl cutter and sometimes engraver and paper cutter.
So what will you be using it for?
Well, I already used it to engrave some plastic or acrylic slates. When we won the Justice Team trophy last year, last year, it had all three of our awards on it. So it can only sit one place. So I made two smaller ones so that Mike and Tanya could have it to appreciate in their home for their awards. So I did that. And then I'm going to mostly use it to cut like Blu-ray and DVD cases and everything, inserts. So I don't have to go to FedEx all the time. And because it's digital, it should be like pretty precise. And it can also like score. So like when I have to fold it, it should be able to like create a more perfect line that I'm able to do.
Very cool.
Dang.
I love it when I like spend $3 to print out a piece of cardstock with my art on it, and then I go to score it, and like my hand just like skews off a little bit, and it cuts a little impression right through the art. So because I don't have the right setup, so hopefully this will take care of that.
Nice.
Be like Skynet. Just let the machines do everything.
Totally.
Ryan, you're talking to Brad Bott. He already is a machine.
I thought we retired Brad Bott 11 years ago.
I'm bringing him back. It's a new year. Let's reboot things because that's all it's done in this industry we love called movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reboot
well, except
no
for the
one
movie.
asked for.
Yeah. In a world where no one asked for this.
What'd you get, Ryan?
I got peace, love, and happiness. The only thing that matters.
Aw.
But seriously, what did you get material wise?
What'd you buy for yourself?
I got like the same thing. My mom got me a gift card to Best Buy. My in-laws gave me cash. You know, It's easier that way because I usually buy what I want. So, but yeah, as it's old trying time in the old Frost household, our cat Mia died.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
She was 18 years old,
Dang.
so she lived a long life.
Hell of a cat life.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I'm all right. For the last year and a half, she was had, I don't know if what you'd call cat dementia, and she wouldn't use the litter box all the time, so she was like shitting on her bed constantly. And then the last like 2 months, she would just shit on the floor.
Yeah.
And then on New Year's Day, Laura went and checked on her, and she was barely alive. And then she died like 20 minutes later. So,
Oh, on her own, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, she wasn't like, she had some form of cancer in her bowels or something like that. And we were giving her like these chemotherapy pills, and she seemed like she wasn't like in pain or suffering. She was just, it was weird. I didn't know cats could suffer from a form of dementia, but she'd walk around and she'd be fine, but then she would forget where she was. It's really bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
But she still ate all the time, and she drank all the time, and then she just,
I guess I should know this since it's part of my job, but I think it's no different if you have a human brain or a cat brain. If it's affecting brain cells, it's gonna induce that form of disease, which sucks.
yeah. I mean, if she was suffering or in pain, we would have put her down. But even the day she passed away, she was still eating and like walking around. And then she just curled up on the dog bed like at night, and then Laura checked on her at, I don't know, it was like 4:30, and she was barely breathing, and then she just passed away.
Dang. But you gave her a good home for her final moments, and I think that's if she has cat dementia, then that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, I mean, it was really Laura's cat. I'm actually surprised because Laura really takes it really hard, and I think because she was doing so bad for the last couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks, she would barely get out of this basket my wife made for her. And, I mean, she'd get up, drink water, and eat, but then she'd go right back into it and lay down. But I think Laura was kind of prepared for it.
Yeah.
But, it's okay. 18 is a long time for an animal to live.
It's longer than most dogs.
Yep.
Yeah.
This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we saw RRR, which is short for what, Brad?
Rise, roar, revolt.
Yeah. Brad, do you recommend RRR?
I was the one who suggested it should be this week's episode, so I'm pretty sure I do recommend it. I think it's a ton of fun. I lament that neither of you got to see it in theaters like I did, which I think obviously improves the experience. I don't think I'd want to watch this at home. So, it just seems like it'd be really diminished. It's such an epic movie that encompasses almost all the genres. So, just watching it on TV and in your on your sound bar, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's amazing.
Zach?
Yeah, man. Fuck.
All right.
Let's just talk. Go watch the fucking movie. Now let's get to the spoilers. I want to talk about the random shit I saw that was amazing.
I don't think I liked it as much as you guys, but I will throw in this caveat that I think part of the reason is I had to watch it on Netflix, and it's the dubbed version, which makes the performances not as good.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. The closest you get is the Hindi dub, which is not the actual language.
And which was weird, it reminded me of Godzilla 1985, where the English actors weren't dubbed, but
Mhm.
the Indian actors were, and it was just, it created this weird whiplash. And two, I don't think, I don't know. I just, maybe it's because I'm not on, like, it is a lot, and I think tonally it's all over the place. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. Here's the trailer for RRR.
స్కాట్ త్వర వారు మా ఆదిలాబాద్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఓ చిన్నపిల్లని తీసుకొచ్చారు. మీరు తీసుకొచ్చింది గోండ్ల పిల్లనండి. అయితే వాళ్ళకి ఏమైనా 2 కొమ్ములు ఉంటాయా? ఒక కాపరు ఉంటాడు.
పులిని పట్టుకోవాలంటే వేటగాడు కావాలి. ఆ పని చేయగలిగేది ఒక్కడే సార్.
పానం కన్నా విలువైన నీ సోపతి నా సొంతం అన్నా. గర్వంతో ఈ మనలో కలిసిపోతేనే.
నన్నీడ ఇడిసిపోకన్నా అమ్మాయి ఆదికొస్తుందన్నా.
బ్రిటిష్ ప్రభుత్వానికి ఎదురు తిరిగిన నేరానికి నేను అరెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. తొంగి తొంగి నక్కి నక్కి కాదే,
తొక్కుకుంటూ పోవాలి. ఎదురొచ్చినోడిని ఏసుకుంటూ పోవాలి.
చాలా ప్రమాదం, ప్రాణాలు పోతాయిరా. ఆనందంగా ఇచ్చేస్తాను బాబాయ్. యుద్ధాన్ని వెతుక్కుంటూ ఆయుధాలు వాటంతటవే వస్తాయి. ఈ నక్కల వేట ఎంతసేపు? కుంభస్థలాన్ని బద్దల కొడతాం పదా. Brace yourself.
This film takes place in 1920, and it's about revolting against the British Empire, I guess, in India.
Damn those colonialists.
I heard it's actually based on real events. You know, it's like a dramatized heightened version of it.
I would call it historical fiction.
It's like Inglourious Bastards but their version of it, because it's 2 different revolutionary leaders who never met, but the director was like looking at the coincidences in their lives, and he's like, well, what if they did meet, and what if they went on an adventure, and then what if they did all the things that happened in that third act? God, this movie's insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically the story. Is there's 2, I guess that's where the rebel part comes in. One is a guy who is loyal to the colonialists for a little bit until he goes to, I don't know, they're giving out awards or a promotion or what. I don't know what they're doing.
Just a promotion.
Yeah, they only give it out to the white guys, and he's like, fuck this. And that's after this crazy scene of so he's like on this outpost, and one of the general guys says, "Oi, that guy over there," and it's some guy with a red turban, and he's the only one wearing red. So I guess that's why we can find him. And then this dude fights through hundreds and hundreds of other people to get him, and he drags him back while he's getting his ass kicked.
Okay, here, you know what? Fuck it. We could have had Superman with a mustache because I basically saw it in that scene. That was fucking dope.
Like he jumps on some like tower, like he's able to, reach tall buildings in a single bound. And then we meet the other guy. I forget their names, but the other guy is running from a tiger.
The tiger guy is Bream, and the other one is, I think it's Raju, the one who's in the scuffle at the outpost. But yeah, this is. I texted this to Ryan as I was watching the movie. I was like, fuck Zack Snyder. This movie knows how to use slow ramp like better than anybody else. Because that fucking, I know it's a CG tiger. I don't give a shit. They made me believe that a man was outrunning a fucking tiger.
What did he spit in his face?
Some kind of paralytic, and he's like apologizing because obviously, like, there's a sacred kindredness towards animals in that culture, so they don't want to kill it, but they're using it to fuel themselves. So there's like an apology aspect to it, I believe.
All the animals in the movie are CGI.
Yeah, I think that has to do with a vegetarian aspect of things. I don't know. I'm not versed in this part of the world.
And then the cop guy has his Captain America moment where he's punching a heavy bag so hard it's knocking the sand out of it.
And then you know what he does do later that I love? He does something similar, but he basically does the Raging Bull move, but he gets way farther than Robert De Niro ever did at that wall.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually they cross paths by saving a child who's about to like fall off a bridge, right?
Because didn't the one guy pay him to go get him a fish or something? Is that what's happening?
I saw this in March. I'm struggling so hard to remember.
That part was funny though, because the one guy who was on a horse was doing hand motions to the guy on the motorcycle that he completely understood that he needed to tie this rope around himself, and they both jumped opposite ways
because they're destined to be best buds. Like they have an instant connection, law versus crime. And yet they have a common thread.
I guess the rebel flag, because he flies through fire with it and then comes back out on the other side.
Because he's a badass. You know how long it takes to get the opening title of this movie?
Yeah, it's after that part, I think.
Like 30, 40 minutes?
Yeah, I think we're only 45 minutes in the movie right now.
And then it goes for like 20 minutes of like some bromance.
Yeah, and then the one dude meets the daughter or assistant of the colonials, and that kicks off like his romance, and then they have like a dance off or something.
Yep.
Just a dance off. It's the best dance off. I'm sorry, Peter Quill ain't got nothing on these two. Did you see the shit they pulled? It's amazing.
Yeah, the whole town gets in on it.
Yeah. There is one plot element where kind of over the main arching point, I guess, emotionally, is that at the beginning of the film, a bunch of colonialists give a bunch of money, thinking that a peasant tribe, thinking that they are. And the tribe thinks that they're buying the art that this little girl made, but they're actually buying the little girl, and then
they're engaged in human trafficking.
Yeah, exactly.
They're getting little, indigenous children to these wealthy colonials.
Yeah, it's like the slave trade in the United States, this country. But the the Civil War, think Civil War era, but obviously in the colonial era in the 1920s. And then and it's Ray Stevenson and Allison Doody from
Indiana Jones and Last Crusade.
Last Crusade, yeah. And there's a whole thread about do you know how much a bullet costs? And it's actually has a really wonderful payoff by the end of the movie when they finally like where that bullet finally does hit. But yeah, I just thought that's important because the big rescue attempt that involves a whole bunch of fucking animals getting out of a fucking cage.
Yeah, but this is right before intermission, where their plan is to assault the Capitol and like turn a bunch of caged animals loose. And it's spectacular. All these colonialists are getting just mauled and torn apart, and then that's intermission, and then that's one half of the movie.
Yep. And then the second half, I would say it starts dipping more into drama territory, I guess, because it stops being an action movie for a second.
Yeah, it flashes back to I think the other guy's backstory.
The officers. Yeah,
we haven't had that as much. And then it comes back to where he's trapped in a prison. And then what might be the best part of the movie is when his buddy comes to break him out. Like they've already had a fractured relationship, because the police officer guy found out that his buddy, is a criminal. That like he's the one he's been assigned to track down and arrest, and and it turns out they've been hanging out together this whole time. So the criminal one comes back and rescues him, and the officer guy, his legs don't work, so he becomes his legs. You watched the whole thing, right, Ryan?
A rifle in each hand, by the way.
Yeah,
and able to reload it.
Yeah, officer guy on top with both guns, and then his buddy, who's the strong guy, is his legs, and they fight their way out. Oh my god, so amazing.
I don't know, man. Like, I didn't get swept up into it like everybody else did. I mean, I know people are talking about his picture of the year at the Oscars, and I don't think it reaches.
We're not lucky enough. We're not lucky enough for this movie to win Best Picture.
Really, you weren't enamored by that whole premise, and then like once he is out, like it goes into full Rambo mode.
Yes,
where the officer guys just like literally just imagine Rambo, and he just basically like the 2008 Rambo and everybody in the forest, like taking down those colonists.
It does like super gory.
Yeah,
and here's a pro tip for anybody out there: if you have weapons of any kind, don't store them all in one place, because somebody will throw a motorcycle through the fucking window, a flaming one at that, and set the whole fucking place ablaze.
I can't believe none of that won you over. I'm so disappointed.
He literally lifts a motorcycle up and beats somebody with it.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I just I don't see the pedigree behind it. Like, I mean, it's shot well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an asshole.
I think the idea is that it seems like such high concept, high budget filmmaking that feels sort of slanted towards an American style of thinking that you see out of a superhero movie coming out of a country that doesn't normally get this kind of attention. And that's kind of part of its brilliance. And it's also interesting to watch a film coming out of that country speaking on their perspective of colonial oppression. So I think that there's a couple of different factors running around into it.
Sure.
But
I mean, I get all that stuff, but it's also really heavy handed. And I don't think it's as well written as some movies. And I mean, the action and stuff in it's really cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it's shot really well. But it to me, the story just isn't there. And it's a cool movie. The action's awesome. I love all the gore. But I just think I don't know. I just wasn't enamored with it on an ultimate level where it's getting all this praise, where it's one of the best movies of the year. I mean, I definitely don't think it's that.
I will side with Ryan in a corner on, in terms of the story. I thought the dialogue was kind of the weakest part of the film for me, because there is a lot of expositional dialogue kind of centered around it, and it's almost like it's there to support the running time because this movie is long. It's a 3-hour ride. The action sequences, to my mind, carried you through, but there is a tinge of melodramatic over the top. The only reason that I was able to get on board with it, I think, is because I walked into this expecting an action movie, and it absolutely delivered on that promise. So when I'm watching an action movie, I'm not expecting the world's greatest story. I'm not expecting David Mamet or fucking Quentin Tarantino to necessarily blow me away with dialogue. I just need to watch well choreographed action without necessarily needing the world's greatest wordsmith at the helm. But I totally get it. It's got some weak spots. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think it's probably that dub. It's just someone else rewriting, everything to fit English into their mouths and like make it look like it's synced up, and it's just something's lost.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I said. I mean, I put that caveat in there. I think I might have enjoyed this more if it wasn't for the dub. But at the same time, it doesn't take away from the overall. Like, it's a cool movie, but narratively, I don't think it's one of the best movies of the year. I mean, far from it. But it's fun.
Yeah, like I mean, if I'd seen this in time to slip it into my film explosion list, it would not be cracking the top 5 necessarily. But I'd have to put it on there because out of the things that I've seen this year, only one other film matches it in terms of its audacious nature, and that would be Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I'll always give it up to a film for doing that. But I get it. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but damn, those action sequences are fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I think it's well made. I think the director knows what he's doing. It's definitely a well choreographed and well shot film. But you're right. If you want to see guys outrunning tigers, throwing motorcycles that are on fire, killing a bunch of people, and using each other as a pendulum to rescue one boy while a train is going to fall on him,
and dancing, don't forget,
on a bridge on fire, then this is your movie.
Oh, and if you want to see some kind of deer stab a colonialist in the arm, this is your that fucking animal sequence. Holy shit. I thought that's the most insane this movie will ever get. There's no way that the movie will get any more insane than a bunch of animals being let loose inside of this compound. And I was fucking wrong. Oh my God. Anyway,
I just hope it comes back to theaters someday.
I think it will. You know that this is only available on Netflix, at least from on our end of things? That sucks.
I think if it makes the Oscars, I think they re-release it. So
oh yeah, I'm sure they will. Well, I mean, I'd be shocked. It might not get Best Picture. It'll definitely be nominated for Best International Film for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's too big a hit. It can't not get that recognition.
Well, not even the hit. I mean, it's impressive. It's made very impressively.
Can you imagine the clip show for the nominees for Best International Film, and it's more or less maybe some sincere dramas, maybe a heartwarming comedy, and then all of a sudden it's the clip of him throwing that motorcycle into the fucking compound. This contrast is just going to be fucking amazing to watch on live television.
I mean, if I was in charge of the Oscars, I'd definitely use that scene.
Now it's either that or the fucking. I don't think you could show the animal scene because there's too much gore in it.
I mean, if they want to get more people to watch the Oscars, they would.
I mean, we've always said that the Oscars should be TVMA, right? Jason should come out and present an award and then kill everybody in the orchestra. I don't know.
This is the big news story of the week.
It's real news.
I don't know. There's not really much going on. Really, the only big movie news is Jeremy Renner got hurt really bad helping someone this week.
Yeah, what are the details about that?
I'm sorry?
What are the details about that?
So he he went to help someone who was stranded in a huge snowstorm, and
hit by a
when he
snowplower?
did that, he was using his snowplow, and the snowplow, he got out to help him, and his own snowplow ran him over.
Like one of those electric push ones?
No, it's like a snowcat is huge.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so he suffered blunt force trauma to the chest, and
shit.
Yeah, he was hurt pretty bad. But about 2 hours before we came on, he posted his story on his Instagram account saying that he's in a lot of pain, but he looks like he's going to be okay. Guess he lost a lot of blood and everything. That he used a tourniquet. It's pretty crazy.
Ugh.
But I mean, he's just doing Avenger things out there saving people.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
You know, someone's got to.
Yep, exactly.
So hopefully, Mr. Renner will be okay.
Yep, that's right.
No, he's a 2-time Oscar nominee. I did not even remember that.
Oh yeah, Hurt Locker and The Town.
Yep.
Yeah, he's good in The Town.
I know before The Hurt Locker, I watched this interview with him. He was really struggling, and he got The Hurt Locker, and then got The Town, and then The Avengers, and Mission Impossible, and I mean,
now talk about
yeah.
He also got The Bourne Legacy.
Yeah,
we don't talk about that, do we?
Well, it's an all right movie.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it exists.
Yeah, war movies are pulpy fun. Well, I mean, Ryan, I know we don't want to go down a rabbit hole of anger because we've only got 3 minutes left, but do we want to address the egregious sin that's been committed by HBO Max this time?
I mean, at this point, it's just what it is. That's all they do.
Well, let's gonna bitch about HBO Max on every episode now. Like,
I'll start a whole podcast dedicated to it. But no,
I think our 3 minutes are better spent talking about Evil Dead Rise, which I'm surprised Ryan didn't lead with.
That is a good point. There's a poster out.
Yeah,
and a trailer.
Well, we're seeing the real trailer tomorrow, but yeah, I mean, Bruce Campbell introduces a quick 30-second spot, which kind of has a nice feel to it, where this little girl looks out in a peephole and says, "Mommy, you don't look well," and her mommy is possessed by the Deadites. So, and Bruce Campbell is hyping it before, and he says it's a really great movie and it's really, scary and gory. So
I think it's like a Ghostbusters Afterlife version of Evil Dead.
I don't think so.
Where it's about the kids and
the ghost of Ash comes out and defeats the Deadites.
Well, Bruce Campbell said he's not in the movie.
He's just a producer.
Yeah, he's just a producer.
That's malarkey. He's got to come back. He's gotta.
He swore he was done with it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't think he's going to be in it because it also looks like they're kind of. I like that they're expanding it to an urban setting too. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's a dope idea.
Being stuck in a high-rise building, and hopefully how many freaking people can the Deadites infect then, or possess? Yeah. I guess is a better word.
Is there a way to get the Deadites to fight John McClane, like in some kind of I don't know, mashup Suede screening, like Swede movie, like Be Kind Rewind?
It's be really tough for Vines to stretch out and grab people in a concrete apartment complex. So that's
it won't be Vines this time. It'll be like the conduits and the electric stuff,
or also the vines of the trees from Central Park getting their revenge for the plowing of the earth.
Yeah, evil. I mean, the new Evil Dead Deadites are the freaking CEOs of Warner Brothers Discovery for taking Looney Tunes off the air.
Oh, what a great segue into the worst crime that could be committed at the beginning of the year. To be fair, though, they could be for maintenance. I don't know.
That's what I read. That's what they did it for. But like I've been saying, the last fucking year,
you know what I
find.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They're going to find ways for you not to have everything that you want. Because
You know what? You know what I did though, Ryan. Though to put up or shut up. I've been 3 volumes behind on the Golden Collection. Well, each of them is about $17 now in the repackaged version. So I went ahead and got them now. I've got them all coming to my shelf. It's all going to be there now. Won't have to worry about it.
I learned from that YouTube thing you sent me about Porky Pig.
Yeah.
That Jerry Beck planned 10 of them.
Yep. What a world we could have had.
Yep.
Yep. There's more. There. Oh my God. The guy who runs Warner Archives, he's on a podcast called The Extras, and man, some of the stuff they talk about, like there's a combination of frustration with the corporate structure while also going like, yeah, I wish fans wouldn't bitch so much because then we might get more of these. But
well, you know, at the end of the day, it's your money that's going to talk.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I was reading an article that it took about a year and a half for Porky 101 to break even.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
if people really want the stuff, they got to show with their dollars.
And unfortunately, you can't expect pristine copies each time out the gate because not all of those elements exist because lack of care or concern or anything has affected those prints over time. And you have about 20 years before some of them start kicking the bucket permanently because of being on nitrate print. But it's sad, you know.
Yep,
but
that's
you just buy them.
Get them if you see them.
Yeah, Tex Avery, Popeye, those are all available on Warner Archive.
Which I own.
It's give it to the Orion Frost.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
classic cartoons all day, every day.
Who doesn't love a spinach eating sailor and a wolf that is in a tuxedo? These are the things we all enjoy in life.
This is the one thing we've been watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Hey, you know what, guys? I'm going to guess the one thing Corinne's been watching is anime. She's going to tell us all about it right now.
Hey nerds, Corinne here for another installment of Showtime where I tell you all about something cool I've been watching lately. This week I'm tackling Miss Scarlet and the Duke because I finally caught up. I watched all of season 1 and then watched the rest of the episodes of season 2 I hadn't seen yet. So if you missed my Showtime a couple weeks ago, I can tell you that Miss Scarlet and the Duke is about a female detective in 1870s, 1880s, and she has this interesting relationship, both working and personal relationship with a detective inspector in Scotland Yard, whose last name is Wellington, so they nickname him the Duke. And, you know, I watched 4 episodes in season 2 without having seen season 1. So going back and watching the show from the very beginning, it was pretty good. It was like season 1 was, I don't say it's a little different. So I think I may have said that she basically took over her father's private detective business. And I had gleaned that much from the episodes I did see in season 2. But in season 1, you find out exactly how that happens. Like the very first episode, her father dies. And then we find out in the season 1 finale that he was actually murdered. So in the various episodes in season 1, they kind of have like different, like people have like visions, or they imagine him in the room and they have conversations with him. Because the very first episode when he dies, like you don't see him on screen until he's dead. So it was just kind of interesting. I'm like, why did they go through the trouble of casting a guy if he's dead when we first meet him? And it's like, oh, because he, like his little vision or whatever pops up, or people's imagination of him talking to them pops up, you know, over the course of the show. And that only happens in season 1. Like, again, the finale is about, like, they find out he was actually murdered, not that he died of natural causes as they previously thought. And I guess mild spoilers for a detective mystery show, but they've solve the murder. I won't say what it was or who did it, but they do solve his murder, and so that kind of puts his spirit to rest. So you don't see him pop up again in season 2, and I appreciated that because I think it would have gotten old by that point. And it's like, okay, you know, like his spirit is put to rest. You solved his murder. You took over his business. Like, all is right with the world, relatively speaking. So, as to Miss Scarlet and Duke's personal relationship, or just their relationship in general. So, he was her father's kind of protege. Like, her father was like his mentor and kind of like a secondary father figure for him growing up. And so, him and Eliza, that's her first name, they were pretty close, like at least through their formative years and their teenage years. And it was kind of hinted that there might have been some romantic feelings between them as teenagers. I guess there was an incident where like he kissed her, but they just, you know, they laugh it off. And so they kind of have this, they're kind of like pseudo siblings, but they also bicker like an old married couple. And I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, so my tolerance for bullshit is lower, or if it's just because watching all the episodes back to back rather than, you know, once a week like you do when it's on TV. But their negging of each other is just so frustrating. And I got real bored with it real fast. I'm like, you all are just another instance of, oh, we bicker like an old married couple, and therefore, like, we're in love with each other secretly, and I'm like, I'm so tired of this trope, like, can we please retire this one? So, season 1, again, mild spoilers if you care, but season 1 ends with them kind of going on a date, and then it picks up at the beginning of season 2, and they've been kind of going out on dates, and they like, there's like one scene where they like hold hands, and I'm like, ooh, like it's getting a little spicy up in here. And then there's like a falling out that happens between them because of professional things, and they realize like, you know, we can't pursue a romantic relationship like we would like to, but, you know, we still care about each other either platonically or romantically or whatever, but we can't be in a relationship. So I was right when I was picking up on these hints that like, oh, these two like each other, or there's like tension here. I mean, the fact that they call each other by their first names in Victorian London is a huge deal. And even in the first episode, I noticed that. I'm like, well, they call each other, you know, Eliza and William. Like, nobody does that unless they're like siblings or they're married, and they're neither. So, but now, of course, I have a little bit more context for why that was. But anyway, I gotta say, all the actors do an excellent job, but I think the way that Miss Scarlet is written, I can't tell if they try to make her endearing or like she's a flawed character, but her flaws, I'm not sure if they're like, haha, isn't this funny? Like, she's so manipulative and she's so, you know, bossy and shit. But are they trying to do it in a way that's like, haha, endearing? Don't you just love her? Like, she's such a rascal. Or if they're trying to make it so that she is flawed, let's say that way. Because, yeah, she does manipulate the people around her a lot, especially Duke. She preys on his insecurities and his habits and his affection for her, whether that's platonic or romantic or what have you. But yeah, again, I'm like, are they trying to make her like the super heroic character? Or are they trying to make her a very, you know, flawed but heroic character? And I think that maybe the writers want to make her flawed, but the direction and like the music that comes in whenever, you know, like when she's trying to be manipulative and she like outwits him or whatever, or she withholds information and it's like the little like music sting that comes in is like, ha ha ha, isn't it so funny that I'm better at this than you are? And it's like, what the hell? So am I supposed to root for her in that she's manipulative, or am I supposed to find this disturbing? Because I find it disturbing, but I don't know if you want me to find it amusing. I don't know. Yeah, it's... I actually just rewatched the very first episode that I saw in season 2, and I'm like, I kind of understand why I got locked into this show, because the very first episode I saw, she's barely in it because she gets accused of a crime, so she has to go into hiding, and she doesn't pop in until like the very end. So there's like no negging and there's no manipulation and all this bullshit. And honestly, it's like Wellington teams up with this associate of hers who has like a criminal background, but he's actually like a really good guy. But, you know, because he's Jamaican, everybody makes assumptions and all this bullshit. But those two team up to kind of help clear Eliza's name. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I really like that dynamic. Like, that was a lot of fun. So it makes sense, like that being the first episode I watched. By the time I got into all the episodes where they are nagging each other and she is being kind of to be honest, kind of a bitch. Not like really, but, you know, at least she's on that spectrum. But anyway, where she's being a flawed character, I'll say that. Yeah, so by the time I get to those episodes, I'm like, I'm already in, you know. Plus, it's got the mystery element to it. So, obviously, I enjoy that part of it. But generally speaking, I think everybody other than Eliza, I love all the characters. But Eliza as a character, I think she needs to do a lot more growing. She's supposed to be like 27. And not like 27-year-olds can't be flawed. But I'm like, I think you should be a little bit more mature than this by now. But, okay. Whatever. Anyway, so I think it's a good show. Like, whenever season 3 comes out, I'm definitely going to watch it. There's only 6 episodes in season 1 and then 6 episodes in season 2. And they're about 45 minutes to an hour long. So if you're interested in mystery shows or period dramas, I highly recommend it because it's a perfect blend of both. You know, you got the detective element, you got the romance, period drama, all that shit. So yeah, if you're into any of that, I recommend it. It's on PBS, but I, again, picked up the DVDs from the library, so you could do that too. So, Miss Scarlet and the Duke, check it out if you want. Alright, thanks nerds. I'll talk to you guys next time with something. Bye!
Full disclosure, I don't hear these before Brad puts them in, and he told me that it was an anime. Brad, you're a liar. It's a British fucking show where they probably drink a bunch of tea, eat biscuits instead of cookies, and pretend they're smarter than everybody else.
Now, Ryan. In defense, they usually are smarter than us Americans, but I get it.
No, they're not. They've lost to us twice in war. Count it.
This reminded me of that Simpsons joke. You know, he saved your ass in World War II, and then he goes, well, we saved your ass in World War III.
Since you didn't hear the clip, I'll recap for you. When her father dies, Eliza Scarlet finds herself facing a difficult choice. As an unmarried woman, she faces poverty without a husband to provide for her, unless she takes on the challenge of running her late father's detective agency, which would be unthinkable for a respectable Victorian lady. Fortunately, she finds an unlikely partner in the unconventional detective inspector William Wellington of Scotland Yard. Very Red Reddington vibes there.
Yes, my name is William Wellington. I'm going to solve the crime right now.
I say, Wellington, are you going to solve the mystery of who threw somebody down the tunnel?
Is that a Family Guy character like William T. Underbite or something?
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even know what I was trying to do.
I think that's like God. I wish we could continue this bit.
So anyway, he's the Duke, obviously, and the pair begin to tackle the crimes and mysteries of Victorian London together.
You see, I'm the Duke, love, and what I do is I solve crimes. I go around London and I say, boy, it's really foggy here, and any criminal could get away if they wait till the fog gets to a certain point, and they won't be able to see the murder happen. I don't know.
Ryan, just an idea. We travel you back in time and we put you in a detective series in Golden Age Hollywood that compares to Sherlock Holmes.
Done.
William Wellington's wacky, whimsical adventures.
Well, what'd you watch, Ryan? Because I don't want this to be like a 2-hour episode.
I actually, the only thing I watched this week, let me just double check my notes because I'm pretty sure that's it. Because unlike you buttheads, I have to work on holidays and I get my ass kicked on them. So, you know, I watched a Goofy movie with my kid Kellen.
Yeah.
And if there is a movie that is more 90s than a Goofy movie, I don't know what it is. Still a really cute movie, peeling back the layers of a father-son relationship. But I mean, I totally forgot about the Pauly Shore animated guy in it. And all he goes is eating cheese. Okay.
Max, look, it's the Leaning Tower of Chisa.
And that's that's a Goofy movie. But there is a really sweet story about what it means to be a father and the two clashing styles of being a father, where Pete keeps PJ under his
your thumb, Goof.
And Goofy is more of a caring. I don't know, caring's probably not the right word. A more understanding father.
You mean a good father?
Hey, Pete's not a bad father.
Yeah. He's disciplinarian, I'll give him that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
No. No, he retired from his days kicking the shit out of Mickey on a steamboat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he's no longer Peg Leg Pete in Goof Troop canon. He's just, a suburban dad who's
he got a robotic leg and settled down with a wife and kid.
Yeah. And what's really sad too is there is this underlying thing that Max's mom died and Goofy's a single father, and it's it's interesting. And Goofy's last name is Goof, so his name is Goofy Goof, which harkens back to Mario.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, and that's literally all I watched this week was a Goofy movie. Which I did watch other things, but I have my list of my 22 favorite Blu-rays of 2022 coming out soon, and I'll start dropping those as well.
Nice.
Brad?
Trying to decide if I want to talk about SNL season 6 or EO.
I kind of want to hear about EO,
the donkey movie that made me want to contemplate suicide.
Oh my god!
What?
That's exaggerating. So among the Oscar conversation is this movie that all things I read said it was this delightful movie about a donkey who goes on adventures and, explores humanity in his adventures. And that's sort of what happens, but really every good thing he does is countered by something bad happening.
I guess I'll just go kill myself.
Oh, EO, now stop it.
Yeah, I mean that's where my head went, thinking like this could be an Eeyore movie.
Origins.
So it starts out this donkey EO, he's in a circus and he's got this trainer who loves him, but then the circus gets sold and auctioned out, and he gets sent away to be a work donkey for some stable that has like high-end horses. And I'll also mention there's probably like 5 lines of dialogue in this whole movie. Everything else is very much silent perspective of the donkey itself. So anyway, he goes off and then he's a slave at this stable, and you're just watching the main horse be a total diva all the time. And
this is all done through the animals acting, not through them talking like in Babe or anything like that.
Yeah, the animals' facial expressions and the editing, basically. You very much feel for EO the whole time, which is probably the most amazing part.
Are these real animals or are they CGI?
As far as I can tell, they're 100% real. There are 6 donkeys throughout the movie. that they use. At the very end, you can kind of tell that they are different. But yeah, I don't think there's any CGI in this at all. It's made by some like 80-year-old Polish dude. It's a Polish film too. So he's wandering the Polish countryside. He escapes the stable, ends up in another farm where things are looking good for him, and magically his old trainer shows back up. Uh, sh- uh, she hooked up with a dude on a motorcycle, and then he thinks he's gonna get rescued, and then she's gonna let him go, and then she just, you know, gives him a treat, and then goes back to her boyfriend, and you're like, oh, she's gonna show up at the end of the movie and rescue him again, like later, and yeah, that doesn't happen. He escapes on his own, and then he wanders in the forest, and he wanders into a hunting preserve, and almost gets shot to death.
Oh, jeez!
While they're killing wolves, and then he goes to shoot. Let me get my letterbox. I totally wrote a awesome review of this. Oh, and then he wanders into a soccer game, and you think, oh, he's a good luck charm. He's going to become the mascot for this team that just won. And so the team takes him to some I don't know, rec center to party over their victory, and then the opposing team that's all pissed off that they lost track down the party and then like shoot and beat up all the players and everyone partying, and then like EO's just eating out.
Wait, did you say shoot?
I think someone got shot, but mostly they like just attack them with like clubs and things.
Mm.
And then yeah, EO's out grazing, and then you think, the two cars are going to drive away, and one does, but the other one stops, and they're like, "There's the donkey," and then they beat the shit out of the donkey.
Oh my god,
Jesus!
And so yeah, he gets rescued and taken to a animal veterinarian, and they're like, "Yeah, we help animals here," and they revive him. And then one of the assistants that like cleans all the cages or something, I guess either kidnapped him or bought him. And then he like basically puts him back into slavery, and that dude runs a fox skinning place, or yeah. So he skins all these foxes, and then EO's having nothing to do with that, so he kicks the dude in the face.
Nice,
kills him.
Good.
But then this other, group of people, I guess, collects his assets, and EO's part of it. So like they take the horses, but they're like, I guess we'll take the donkey too. And then, it's another fun thing where he's on this road trip in this tractor trailer, and he's seeing the countryside, and you don't know if it's going to a good place or a bad place. And that dude gets off at a truck stop, and he like gets some food and shares it with some like vagrant person. And it's this really nice scene. And then he says something stupid, and she runs away. So like he's like, now that giving you food, you have to have sex with me. And it's like, it's a dumb joke, but you're like not expecting her to come back and slash his throat.
What the? Is this rated R?
It's either R or not rated, because it's like a international film. But yeah, it's just like every time something good happened, it was countered with like horrible death. And yeah, the second to last thing is the police show up and they're investigating the murder, everything. So EO's just tied up to a fence somewhere, and this ski dude who's like on his way back from a trip, his car breaks down, and then he has to walk the rest of the way. He comes across the crime scene, and he finds EO, and he's like, decides to take him away, like he sneaks him out and takes him for himself. And turns out this dude's super rich, so he takes him back to his mansion where his mom's waiting for him. And like the mom's all pissed off because I guess he was gambled a bunch of their money away, and so this whole thing unravels. And at the end of that, you find out that they're like incestuous. You're like, God damn it! You just can't catch a break, and he escapes again. And yeah, like before the end, he's walking across this bridge, and so you just get the perspective of him looking down the bridge into this waterfall, like a Niagara Falls kind of situation, and it's just watching the water churn, and I'm sitting there going like, this donkey wants to kill himself, doesn't he? Like he's so disappointed in the world, he's about to jump. Yeah, and then he wanders into a slaughterhouse, and you're just like, Jesus Christ. This director is really disappointed in the world, like just really awful look at humanity. So,
Jesus, does Jerzy Skomlimowski, I hope I pronounced that wrong or right, I don't know, but does the director of EO need a hug?
I think so.
All right, I'm going to Poland, guys.
One of my favorite reviews on Letterboxd by somebody else was, the moral of the story: Europe sucks. So, yeah, that was I just love the description. It was like this heartwarming tale of seeing the world through the eyes of this donkey and his wonderful adventures, disaster and despair. I didn't think it was like full on, like maybe cut my wrist to spare.
Shoof.
Jeez.
Yeah. The official description is, the world is a mysterious place when seen through the eyes of an animal. Eo, a gray donkey with melancholic eyes, meets good and bad people on his life's path, experiences joy and pain, endures the wheel of fortune randomly, turning his luck into disaster and his despair into unexpected bliss. I don't remember what the bliss is. Like, everything was just despair. But not even for the moment does he lose his innocence, except when he wanders into a slaughterhouse.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right. Zach, what'd you watch this week?
Well, I decided to kick off a challenge that you and I have dedicated ourselves to, Mr. Frost, because we are going to go back throughout this year to the year 1933, 90 years ago this year, a world of pre-code sin and cinema. And I chose to kick this off.
Location,
this little
Hollywood.
What?
Yeah, 1933.
Look at them gams. Ain't they wonderful? There's Groucho Marx. Wave high, Groucho. I decided to kick off this little 33 fest that Ryan and I are both engaged in. With the Gold Diggers of 1933. It's a Mervyn LeRoy directed film with sequences by Busby Berkeley for the dance and musical numbers. You get early appearances by Ginger Rogers in here. One of your big main stars, though, is Joan Blondell, the wonderful Joan Blondell. The story really revolves around a show that keeps getting a show producer whose shows keep getting closed down, and he thinks he has another show and tries to get all the women and men that were part of the show back on the team, but he doesn't have the money. But this loner songwriter played by Dick Powell somehow just magically winds up giving them $15,000 to make a show. But he's just like, I can't tell you where the money comes from or who I am for reasons. And then after the show is a big hit, it's revealed that, oh no, he's actually the son of a bunch of blue bloods, and he's the heir to an entire fortune. And his fortune protecting brother is like, now see here, these show people are just going to steal and rob from you. And he's like, no, they're not. And he goes, well, I'll prove it to you. So he tries to seduce the woman that he's engaged to, but the woman he thinks he's engaged to is actually Joan Blondell. And so it becomes a comedy of mishaps and farce that is interwoven with amazing musical numbers. The lesser known is Pettin' in the Park, which is literally, I think, Ryan, it's designed to slap the code in the face intentionally on a grand scale. It's been a while since I've watched the movie, and the one that I remember the most is Forgotten Man. But Pettin' in the Park is a big old pre-code bonanza of just skimpy costumes, suggestive material running throughout. There's a kid who's like opening up blinds where a bunch of women are getting undressed. It's all kinds of insane. But the movie ends with a number called Forgotten Man. And the whole through line is that they're going to do a Broadway show about the Depression. And what the number ends up becoming is about the men who went off to war, then became destitute, and that the government had basically forgotten in forms such as employment or veterans pay. And so it's an amazing example of what Hollywood was doing at that time with little to no restrictions, because they were kind of just circumventing the code. And they were able to basically just kind of make these hard-hitting statements while also inserting a bunch of sex, violence, and all kinds of things
Rock
that they
and roll.
would. Yeah, rock and roll. Yes, there we go. I would consider. I would consider Ned Sparks rock and roll because he does yell at people throughout that movie, telling them, "Get it out of here." But yeah, it is an example of sheer audacity from Warner Brothers camp when it used to, give a shit about making good movies. Warner Brothers would make great movies, and this is one of them. It's not the best musical from this year, but it's definitely up there as one of the finest that's ever been produced. And if you even wanted just an example of the ending doesn't spoil anything. Go look up the Forgotten Man song and dance number because it is hard hitting. It is provocative, and you'll be shocked that it was getting done as early as 1933. So yeah, hell of a way to kick off the year 1933 in review.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Next week on Real Nerds Podcast, we are doing 2022 Film Explosion. If you want to be a part of that and send us your list, we need it by January 8th, sometime midday or something like that. Just send it before January 8th, I guess, is a good way to say it.
Can I send it by January 8th, Midsommar? Not midday? Midsommar?
Boo.
No. I won't be silenced.
Florence Pugh looks down on you.
Yeah, she should.
With a very loud boo. I rhymed 3 words in there. How about you? Yes. See you at the movies. Bye.
Bye.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it.